Niagara Falls, natural wonder, or capitalist stage show. Imagine standing at the edge of a colossal cliff, where millions of gallons of water crash down with the fury of a thunderstorm. The roar is deafening, so loud, you can feel it in your chest. Mist fills the air, soaking your face, while sunlight refracts into a fleeting rainbow. This is Niagara Falls, one of the most iconic natural wonders on Earth, and also one of the most controversial when it comes to how humans interact with nature. Perched on the border between two global giants, the United States and Canada, Niagara Falls isn't just a spectacle. It's a golden pie, and both countries are fighting to get the biggest slice. Each side has its version of Niagara. Canada boasts the majestic Horseshoe Falls, the biggest, most dramatic, and by far the most Instagrammed. The US side features the American Falls and the Bridal Veil Falls, smaller, rougher, and more authentically natural, or so they say. But the issue isn't just the scenery, it's about how people tell the story of Niagara, more crucially, how they sell it. Canada has commercialized Niagara to near perfection. The city of Niagara Falls, Ontario, feels like a mini Las Vegas, complete with casinos, Ferris wheels, rotating restaurants, towering hotels, and an entire consumer ecosystem wrapped around the waterfall. At night, LED lights bathe the falls in neon hues, turning the whole thing into a Coldplay concert minus the band. Tourists don't just come to see nature, they come to experience a curated service. Observation decks, the famous Hornblower boat tour, souvenir photos, sky-high dining views. It's all available as long as your credit card is ready. But this simplicity often disappoints modern travelers. On TripAdvisor, many reviews complain that the US side is boring, just walking and staring. Some bluntly say, Canada wins, hands down. The US needs to step up its tourism game. Here lies the heart of the debate. Should natural beauty be transformed into a profit-maximizing attraction, or should it remain untouched, wild, and free from economic fingerprints? Environmentalists have a more damning perspective. They point out that a large portion of Niagara's water is actually diverted before it reaches the cliffs for use in massive hydroelectric plants, one on each side of the border. At night, the volume of water flowing over the falls drops significantly, rerouted to turbines to generate electricity. In other words, that majestic cascade you're gazing at, it's actually the reduced energy version, a managed, regulated, and semi-staged Niagara. In low tourism seasons, the controlled flow becomes even more apparent. Some visitors don't realize they're witnessing a kind of choreographed performance rather than raw, unfiltered nature. Critics compare Niagara to a veteran actor on Broadway, still dazzling, but sticking tightly to a familiar script. So why do millions still flock here every year? Maybe it's because Niagara taps into a uniquely modern contradiction, our desire to be close to nature, without sacrificing convenience. We want to stand before a natural wonder but also live stream it with 5G. We want to hear the roar of water, but preferably from a climate-controlled restaurant with chilled wine. Niagara is nature in a box, tailored to a generation that wants fast emotion, filtered through the lens of comfort and ROI. Strangely, though, all this commercialization doesn't kill Niagara's power. There's something undeniably real beneath the lighting and the crowds. Whether you're leaning over the railing on the Canadian side with neon lights dancing on the water, or quietly standing among trees in the US park, the sound of the falls still makes your heart race. That's not just white noise, it's the echo of something primal, something timeless, something that hasn't been bought and sold just yet. Some people come to Niagara for selfies. Others come to check it off a bucket list. But a few leave with something deeper, a lump in the throat they can't quite explain, as if they brushed up against the sacred in a world made of glass and steel. And maybe that's the final answer to the whole debate. Niagara still moves us, not because it's untouched, but because it still makes us feel small. Whether you're in a casino suite or on a forest path, it reminds us that nature, even watered down and ticketed, can still outshine any marketing campaign. Niagara doesn't have to be pure to be powerful, it just has to make us stop, look up, and listen.